Welcome to The Coffee Grind with the Denton Chamber of Commerce, powered in part by Classic of Denton. The views and opinions expressed by the show hosts and their guests are those of the show host and guests, and not necessarily those of the sponsors, DentonRadio.com, or the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau. For more information, visit the Policies and Procedures page at DentonRadio.com.
Good morning, Denton. My name is Travis Veselka. I'm the Director of Communications and Marketing at the Denton Chamber of Commerce. And with me, as always, is my trusty co-host.
Good morning, Denton. My name is Randi Skinner. I serve on the Chamber Board of Directors, and as a member, I represent RS Consulting.
And we are recording live from the DentonRadio.com studio inside of the Discover Denton Welcome Center on the historic downtown square. And we're here to keep you up to date with what's going on in the Denton business community and in the Denton Chamber of Commerce. And today, our special guest is the indomitable Mr. Gary Henderson.
Yes.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Applause.
Yes.
Everyone outside is going wild right now.
Both of them.
The audience, we had to tone them down.
Keep it together.
From United Way of Denton County.
Yes.
Did I do a good enough job of intro? Is there anything I forgot?
Well, I think, Gary, introduce yourself. I know we assume everybody knows you, but I think there's a handful of folks that maybe they haven't met the wonderful Gary Henderson. So tell us who you are, what you do, and...
Well, I've had the pleasure of being the president and CEO of United Way of Denton County since 2011.
Okay. We're glad.
That's a nice track record already.
And I mean, I feel like the footprint and the impact that United Way has had since you've taken over is pretty significant. There's been a lot of growth and just the giving and the number of partners that we have. So,
well, it's a very generous community. And you have to remember, 2011 was just on the heels of the recession. So all of our nonprofits in Denton County were struggling at the time. Certainly, United Way of Denton County didn't escape that. So it was a great time for our board of directors and our staff and our donors to ask the question, who does this community, Denton County, need their United Way to be? And we faced some hard questions, gave some really good answers, and we've grown to become more than just simply going out and conducting workplace campaigns and making grants to amazing nonprofit organizations that are part of our network of partners.
That's awesome. So this month, from what I understand, is Live United Month.
It is Live United Month in the month of September. And
hashtag Live United Month, right?
Hashtag Live United Month. Hashtag United for the number 4 Denton County.
United for
and
Denton
specifically September 27th, Friday the 27th is Live United Day. And we're encouraging folks across Denton County, put on blue, wear blue, take a selfie with your friends, post it on social media, tag hashtag United for Denton County, tag us, United Way Denton. And show us how you're choosing to live united on that day in your blue.
That's
I
beautiful.
love it. So Live United, what does Live United mean to you?
Boy, in these times, living united, we need more and more living united. I look at our donors, the volunteers, and I think about their political ideology, their personal beliefs, where they come from, the rich diversity of Denton County. And sometimes I don't think these people would be in the room together were it not for the mission of improving and transforming lives and the causes that we and our network of nonprofits are achieving to run after. I mean, these are people who can rally around the fact that people living in crisis who are feeling instability need that hand up and need help through the crisis towards self-sufficiency.
And that's such an exciting opportunity for our community, because to have such a diverse group of people in the room making decisions and figuring out how we can make an impact, you just know big things are going to happen.
It is. And speaking of big things and diversity in the boardroom, our board recently reached an agreement with the board of directors for United Way Metropolitan Dallas for us, United Way of Denton County, to expand our reach into Carrollton, the Colony, Louisville, Flower Mound, and Highland Village. And those communities, we know them very well. 66 years, United Way of Denton County has been serving Denton County, but predominantly north of the bridge, north of Lake Louisville. We want to take our deep roots and our rich history, and as we expand it into those 5 communities, bring more of those leaders into the boardroom, into the donor base, into the volunteer army to affect more lives. There's a lot of needs across Denton County, and none less than those communities.
Was United Way Metropolitan Dallas in those communities and you're swapping places, or is this an expansion of Denton County into them?
They've been in that space since 2005, but you can imagine the work that United Way Metropolitan Dallas has to do in the communities, the counties they serve. So we came to the table together through a mutual donor, by the way. Brian Creed down in Highland Village introduced my counterpart, Jennifer Sampson's President and CEO, United Way Metropolitan Dallas. And we had some very productive conversations about the strengths that both organizations can bring to the table. 5 months later, with some attorneys involved, we had a joint venture agreement that both boards were excited about moving together in.
That's awesome. This almost makes it more United Way Denton County.
It really does. And the United Ways, you have a strong United Way in Dallas, strong United Way in Fort Worth. We feel like we're growing up here in Denton County.
Sure.
But we want to serve the North Texas region as one United Way family because we know people don't always live and work in the same community.
Right.
True.
They cross our counties and they move into other communities. And when they see United Way, we want them to know that we are a collaborative group, first and foremost within our United Way family, and then definitely with those nonprofits, public and private sector partners that are in our communities, seeing the need and wanting to make a difference.
Well, and Claire Graham is wanting to make a difference. So what day is Live United Day on?
September 27th.
Okay.
The whole month
You
has
have to
been
wear your blue now, Claire. You're like locked in.
light blue, dark blue, navy
Any
blue,
Any shade of blue?
rock chalk blue, Carolina blue. We're really not specific about the blue. I'm a navy blue guy myself.
Okay. And Travis came prepared. He's modeling the blue today.
I also enjoy
This
navy
is
blue.
a bad example
It's
of
a bad.
blue.
Don't wear this color unless somebody. What is it, like the red dress, blue dress? Maybe someone's seeing a blue shirt right now.
Oh,
What is
sure.
that Facebook challenge? If you're seeing a blue shirt right now over here on Gary, let us know.
And stop driving. Pull over
Something's
immediately.
wrong. You're not seeing this right. So United Way is kind of famous for bringing the community together, right?
Right.
So is there a special description that you might use to help people understand like the role of United Way?
Man, I
Perhaps
can
a
get
mission statement.
Perhaps.
Oh, you want me to get super nerdy and boring and everybody can dial off right now? No, we love the framework, the methodology of collective impact. We know, and Stanford Review has studied this, the kind of complex community problems like homelessness, mental illness, children living in poverty at risk of dropping out of school. These are challenges that no one single organization, public or private, can address and resolve on their own. So we know it takes a cross-sector of collaborators in a room. And when those groups come into the room, the police department, the sheriff's department, county government, city municipal leaders, HR leaders from hospitals, school district representatives, universities, when they're in the room, someone needs to kind of coordinate that. We're not the boss of anything, and we're not in charge of anything. We like to call it backbone support and just really provide structure and continuity communication and continually remind this is our mission. Our mission is to make homelessness rare, brief, and non-recurring. So Denton County Homelessness Leadership Team, when you come into this room from all of your various organizations, this is our agenda today. Now, how can we work together to make homelessness rare, brief, and non-recurring for people living in Denton County?
And I love every year the community needs assessment that United Way puts out. It's one of those things that it's heartbreaking to know that we have such extensive needs in our community, but it's also hopeful because there's one assessment that we can all go to kind of figure out how we can have that impact come together, like you said. So where can folks find the community needs assessment? Because it's on your
Randy,
website,
good
right?
question. Yeah, UnitedWayDenton.org.
Okay.
You can both find community needs assessment data, but you can also find resources about where to find help. We have volunteers, interns mostly, that every month throughout the year, we're looking at the nonprofit organizations and the public service entities that are in our community who can help someone with a need. And we make sure that the data around those entities are current and correct, up to date. phone number, address, hours of operation, eligibility criteria. What do you need to bring to this office to get the ball started with
Come
the
prepared.
help you need? Exactly, come prepared. So you can find those resources online as well. And
That's
then
awesome.
volunteers find ways to get plugged in our community.
Y'all have a few ways I hear, right?
We absolutely have a few ways. We're about to ramp up into volunteer income tax assistance recruiting season. One of my favorite stories, we have a long-time VITA, volunteer income tax assistance volunteer. Long story short, he had been serving this elderly couple for a number of years. He would see them come in every tax season.
Okay.
VITA is for people generally living at or below the poverty level, and some of our seniors, fixed income, meet the eligibility criteria of that IRS program. Well, one year, the wife came in alone. And our volunteer was a widower himself, and he knew the look immediately. And you can imagine that first, and the so many firsts that happen after a loved one passes.
Yeah.
But he was there, and the volunteers were there, and this small thing to us, get your tax return completed, and United Way wanting it done free of charge to people who just don't have extra money, and not paying $200 for a return, and getting nickel and dimed with a % of this income tax credit and this child tax credit. But for this woman, having someone who she knew and trusted, who could walk her through that piece of her life that her husband always did for them both.
Yeah.
That's a story like that makes me so proud of those VITA volunteers. They study for hours. It takes probably 30 to 40 hours to study tax code, pass the IRS online certification test, and then they give evenings and weekends throughout the tax season to serve our community. Great program.
That's a cool program. And one of my favorite programs is the Project Blueprint. Board leadership,
right.
leadership training. Is that the right?
Yes.
And when does that happen?
We kicked off last night.
Okay.
We had our first class. We had a busy day yesterday.
Busy.
You did.
Yes.
Louisville Chamber Luncheon, where we sponsored the luncheon and announced to that group that we're coming into Southern Denton County. Happy to be there, eager to be there. And then we rolled back up to our office in Denton and kicked off about 30 folks in Project Blueprint and told them how proud we are of them to volunteer their time to serve on a governing board of a nonprofit. Let our volunteers get you trained to be very effective at that. And then we rolled over to the Best Western premiere and we did our United Tribute Dancing with Our Stars dancer reveal.
Yes.
It was a late night, Randy. I'm exhausted.
The United Tribute, I have to say, is one of my favorite events of like all of Denton County.
Yeah.
It's
Full
so
disclosure,
fun.
you participated. You had fun with
I
it.
won. Okay, I didn't.
Oh, that's yeah.
I didn't participate.
Now they're applauding out on the
Okay.
sidewalk.
No, but that is not why it's my favorite event. I think it's so much fun, and it's something that I personally look forward to every year. So tell us about this year's United Tribute, and so everybody can save the date.
This year's bigger and better.
Yes.
Think third Saturday in January. I believe that's January 18th.
Okay.
13 dance couples. We've never had
That's
this
huge.
many. Huge. From all parts of the county. Great folks from all over the community who got paired up last night. We're celebrating a year of outstanding fundraising, going into companies like Peterbilt and DACU and Denton ISD and Lewis Flosstein, all over the county, and raising millions of dollars to help improve and transform lives and to provide grants to 20, 25 important nonprofits in Denton County. We want to celebrate that. We want to thank those individuals who made that possible. So 7 years ago, this will be our 8th year, one of our board members, Dr. Sherry Dragoo, conceived of the idea that we'll do a Dancing with the Stars, thinking it would go 1 or 2, maybe 3 years, and then we'll freshen it up with something else.
Sure.
Now we have people lining up to dance. We have people who have volunteered for 2021 at this point.
That's
Oh
awesome.
my gosh.
I don't get it. We will have, last year we had 960 people at the Embassy Suites Denton Convention Center. Wonderful facility. We're going to max the room out, all 10 tops, and we'll have about 1,100 people in the room. We sold out about 3
fantastic.
weeks before the event.
Yes.
Yeah, what a great venue to be able to do a nonprofit event like that.
Right.
And those dancers will dance a couple of dances in front of 1,100 of their not-so-close friends.
That's
Fun.
awesome. And is it still like an applause-o-meter kind of
This
judging?
year, last year we moved to an app where
Yes.
people could vote on the app, and this year we're taking it one step further. You can vote on the app, but each vote costs $1. So if you want to vote for Randi,
it is a fundraiser.
It's a good
right?
fundraising,
could make 100 votes with $100 bill.
Hey,
and the
y'all
kind
better
of deep
start
pocket
saving.
friends Randi has. I mean, I think she would win walking away again.
Well, if ever there's an alumni challenge,
At the 10-year, they're going to bring back all their champions.
That's
I feel
being
like
talked about.
Tim Smith. I challenged Tim Smith,
We're
and then
calling out names.
and then Eddie Renz. I do, because he's got some sweet moves, and those are my people.
Eddie and Cody were at our reveal last night with their mirror ball trophies.
Oh,
Gotta
that's
love the
awesome.
mirror
So
ball.
I think they said in your face, Randi.
Oh, my mirror ball's out in the car. I'll get it after we're done.
Oh, sure.
You just carry it around with you, just in case.
They all do.
That's such a fun
I think
trophy.
Greg Coward has his in his garage. Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited about this. And so you said the 18th, the third Saturday of
Third
January.
Saturday in January.
So y'all definitely don't want to miss it. You can sponsor the event. You can buy a table. It's so much fun, and 1,100 of your closest friends in one room.
Big party.
And,
yeah.
When is registration going to open up to buy tickets
It
for
is
that?
open.
Perfect. And
It
you
is
can
open.
we can all find this registration information at United Way's website.
UnitedWayDenton.org.
Along
Perfect.
with Who's Dancing, right?
Yes.
You probably know somebody that's on the list. So
Yeah,
definitely
and you wanna go
and look
attend.
and support them. It's always fun. Social media is such an amazing tool. The dancers will start to kind of, over the next couple of months, you'll see them evolve, and there'll be some spirited competition happening.
I think our dancers have figured out that if you can get to the app, you don't have to be present to vote for them to win. So it'll be interesting to see how they use that to their benefit this year.
Okay, we'll
and
see
to
what
the
happens.
like it.
benefit of our nonprofit community.
There's some strategic thought behind
Yes.
it. I like
Strategery.
it. I was about to say it. I didn't know if I could.
And of course, all
Strategery.
of that fun is for a great cause, being able to provide grants for the 25 or 20, however many happens this year, nonprofits here in our community. And so go to United Way's website to see the full list of nonprofits. And that is a great place to start, too, if you're trying to figure out where you want to volunteer.
Yeah.
Go to United Way's website, look at the list of folks, and just pick one, because you can't go wrong.
You cannot find something you're passionate about
Yeah.
and get involved. Just be present. Be present in our community.
Be
That is some
present.
very good advice. Is there anything else that's coming up kind of in the next few months, or anything that you wanted to kind of address?
We've
That
launched,
wasn't enough.
We've launched a workforce success leadership team. It's kind of the third leg to our homelessness leadership team and behavioral health leadership team. And they are going to make some great strides. We want to bundle and integrate services for single parents. Predominantly it's single moms, really most often. And we know their earning power is what's causing them to be in and out of crisis.
Right.
So partners with the Texas Workforce Commission, NCTC, North Texas Society of Human Resource Management, local employers. We're excited about that leadership team that launched about 6 months ago and the work that they're going to be producing in the next few years.
That's fantastic.
That's really exciting, and we'll look forward to learning more about
Yeah.
that too. I mean, as a new mom, my sister's a single mom. I have lots of friends that are single moms. I've made so many phone calls of, I am so sorry. I had, even just to my mom friends, like being a parent, there's just so many stresses added on, and then to add in to not have the stability of an income that is necessary. You're working hard, but you don't have enough because you're trying to balance that childcare and your work. And so that's really exciting. I'll definitely be, I know a lot of us will be keeping an eye out for that.
Yeah.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to go through a couple of, or not a couple, a few
What do we got?
upcoming events.
Oh, chamber events. So go to the denton-chamber.org, go to the events tab, and then you can follow along with us.
Indeed. So first up, starting tomorrow, Thursday, September 26th at 4:30, Professional Service Property Management is having their ribbon cutting. This will be at Unicorn Lake on site. And just as we're going along, any ribbon cuttings that are happening in the community, we highly recommend you go attend if you can, or if it's an industry that makes sense for you and your business, to meet the folks who are putting the event together. They're usually the business owner or the manager, and they can be a key contact for you.
Right, and to support this business through their ribbon cutting, you don't have to be a chamber member to attend. It's a great opportunity to come learn more about chamber initiatives and meet some business folks.
Yep.
So if you can't make it tomorrow, you can also come to Lone Star Naturals ribbon cutting on the 27th in blue, because that's Live United Day. So you make sure to wear your blue. They're doing theirs around lunchtime at 12 o'clock, and they're located off of Teasley.
And funny enough, they're right next door to Sweetwater Tea and Coffee.
Oh,
And
I
so
haven't
if
been
you want,
yet.
you can just go get a little beverage right next door.
Delicious.
Mossy Oak Properties of Texas is hosting their first annual Conservation Day on Saturday, September 28th. It starts at noon. It goes until 4. And I believe they're going to be planting a bunch of oak trees and things on their headquarters site, all for the benefit of conservation efforts. And this is something that they care quite a lot about.
Then we have the Women in Commerce Wink Fall Luncheon and Marketplace. This is, I would say, the biggest Wink event of the year. I mean, there's also the Red, White, and Jazz, but this I think is bigger,
This is
right?
bigger. Yep.
So this starts at 10 a.m. and it goes till 1. At the 10 a.m. mark is where we have the marketplace. So we're going to have different vendors set up. It's all folks that maybe they have things that cater towards women business owners, or maybe they themselves are women business owners. So you want to come to the marketplace. And then lunch, what time does lunch start?
Around 11:45, I believe.
Okay, so you want to get there at least by 11, probably 10:30 at the latest would be my recommendation. And it's at UNT Apogee Stadium. We're going to be at the Hub Club level.
Club level.
It's a lot of words. The Hub Club level. I still can't say it. I'll practice. So when I see you guys on October 4th, I'll be able to say it properly. You can still buy a ticket, $45 for chamber members and $60 for non-chamber members. Or are there still tables open to
The
sponsor?
marketplace we have filled.
Okay, you can't come to the marketplace other than to shop, but you can still sponsor.
Sponsors are taken care of. We're really on ticket modes
You can't
right now.
sponsor. Just buy a ticket.
Yeah.
Sorry. No sponsorships available. You're too late.
We probably should have prepped on that
Yeah,
one.
I didn't listen. Okay, but we
Anyway.
would love to have you come out. It's October 4th. Register. This will sell out, and tickets are available. So I need to go buy mine today because I'm going for sure.
And just so you get a taste of what's at the
Ooh,
event.
okay.
So we've asked Jaylee Mitchell, who is a very award-winning basketball coach for UNT women's team, and then we have Lisa Bowerman, who's the TWU gymnastics coach, also award-winning. Ann Smith, who leads, she both founded, is the creative director, the executive director of the North Texas Metroplex Children's Choirs, and has taken those choirs to other countries to perform, high-level performances. And then we have Kristen Howell with Children's Advocacy Center for Denton County, and, they oversee and help coordinate, thousands of children's cases for domestic abuse and things like that. But all of this to say that they coordinate teams of people. They have to build a team, keep the team up and running, inspire them, deal with any kind of losses or tragedies or things like that, and keep everybody moving forward. And so the panel of these 4 women, they're going to be talking about those themes and how they can be applied for your work setting and building a team and keeping a team together. Do you want me to talk about this? This is your event.
So as a chamber member, you have the opportunity to post any of your events coming up on the community calendar. So I did that. I took advantage of my membership.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a workshop. It's called Getting Leads from Social Media and Actually Closing Them. So figuring out how to take that connection, that contact, and really driving them through and creating a sales funnel so that you can turn those connections into clients. I've got a few seats, limited seats, but I'd love to have you guys come. It's going to be after the Women in Commerce luncheon. So around 3:00. Don't go back to work that day.
Right.
Just come workshop it. And we're going to be doing it over at Stoke. So
You could do all kinds of personal and professional development on October 4th.
that's what I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that's what I'm going to plan to do.
You said it's at Stoke and it starts at 3.
It
Okay.
starts at 3.
Thank you. All right, so
Thank you.
of course, we have our business networking lunch. We hold this every month. So October 11th on Friday starts at 11:30, goes until 1. We will have the Green Business program from the city of Denton. It's a sustainability program. So the coordinator from this program is going to be coming in and talking about it. And from what I understand in advance, it's a program that you can sign up for and you can earn points in for doing sustainability practices. So cutting down on your printing expenses and losing the paper and going to electric documents and things like that. So there's, tons of different things that they're going to be talking about. So if you're interested in sustainability, it's a good one to go to.
Then on October 16th, which is a Wednesday at 11:30, we have the Denton County Legislative Delegation Luncheon. It will be at UNT Apogee Stadium, also at the Hub Club level. Tickets are $40. The table sponsors are $4.50. October 16th, we'd love to have you guys out. It's really a wrap up to Denton County Days. So a few months ago, we had you were at Denton County Days, correct? So Gary led a team of people to Denton County Days well, tell us what Denton County Days is. Why don't you're here?
Well, for United Way of Denton County, it's a great opportunity to advocate for people in our community whose voice often isn't heard during the legislative process. Children at risk of dropping out of school, children who are victims of sexual violence, etc. So we take volunteers from the community down, make calls on elected official offices and staff members, and explain why the needs in our community have to be addressed with certain legislative activities. We don't lobby, we don't speak to candidates, we don't speak to the passage of bills, but we talk about needs and opportunities to meet those needs at the state level.
Love it. And so we have the nonprofit delegation that went down there, and then we have a couple of other education, health. Economic development. There's a couple of different segments that go down. And so essentially this is a wrap up where we have folks coming in just to talk about those initiatives. And it's a great opportunity just to learn more about kind of what Denton County Days was to begin with. It happens every 2 years.
Yep.
So you'll have to wait until the next one.
Indeed. And then last couple of things. On Thursday, October 2nd, the October membership mixer is going to be held over at Classic Chrysler Jeep Dodge Mazda in their pre-owned facilities on the northbound side of 35, and that's always a good one.
Is this the chili cook-off?
It is. Every year there's the DeLorean chili cook-off that they hold in concert with the mixer. So when you go there, you can participate in the chili cook-off, do a tasting competition, and cast a vote. There'll also be
always live music.
Always live music.
Yes.
There's catered food as well, so if you're not a chili eater, you can try what else is there, and beverages, of course, and door prizes and all kinds of stuff. But it's a really good one. It's outdoors, and it's very easy, casual, kind of mix and mingle kind of situation.
Rick Wick always does a good setup, so
He sure
shout
does.
out to Rick. And then the last event we're going to tell you about today is on Wednesday, October 23rd at 4 o'clock. It's our government relations meeting. This is held by the chamber, at the chamber, for the community, not just for the chamber, but we are going to have...
It is just for the chamber.
I thought that you could come if you weren't a chamber member.
It is a members only... Yep. Surprise, surprise. Should have prepped you on this. I don't know. Yeah, no, this is a members only benefit. No, it's okay.
Sorry. Okay. So I take that back. You'll have to join, and then you can come to this. But we're going to have every month we have a different feature from someone coming and talking about different government relation topics, right? So we've had Stuckey come, we've had our commissioners come, and now we're going to have
the mayor came.
We're going to have Pat Smith, and he's going to come and talk about the City of Denton bond package. So if you guys have been wanting to learn more about it, this is an opportunity to come, and it's at 4 o'clock, October 23rd. It's free to members, and you need to register in advance. I've seen I haven't made it over to one, but on all the photos I've seen of them, the room is packed.
Yes.
So, I mean, you definitely, if this is kind of a topic you've been wanting to learn more about, go and register today.
There are, of course, 4 bond packages that have been put onto the ballot for November 5th this year, and voters will have an opportunity to select yes or no on each 4 of those. And they're for various types of improvements and setting aside money for park purchasing and land development and all kinds of fun stuff. So you'll want to kind of be up to speed on that before you walk into the ballot box.
Yes.
But
well, and this is an opportunity to get
to learn
and
about
to ask
those,
questions from Pat, who's chair of that committee this year. So.
And so last but not least, we're going to turn it back to Gary.
Yes.
And we like to ask our prepared fun question, which
Yes.
today I did prepare.
Oh, good job.
So we have a few questions. It's either, what was your first job? What's your favorite way of Dentoning? Or are you listening or reading a podcast or a book or something like that you'd like to share?
I choose door number 3.
Okay.
Excellent. This is my favorite one so far.
I'm a big fan of Simon Sinek. Start
Yes.
with the why. Reading his book. Pull it up right here. It is called Leaders Eat Last. Great read. Talks about organizational culture, the importance of integrity in the leader. Really good read. I recommend it to anybody.
Simon Sinek is, I've listened to his TED Talks. I've listened to his other, talks that he's given elsewhere. And when he can reframe your references and reframe your train of thought or however you're going to look at something, I find it so refreshing. It gives you such a good perspective. So I'm assuming that's
Leaders
going to be in
eat
there
last.
as well.
Leaders
Okay.
eat last.
We'll go
Simon
check it
Sinek.
out.
That's
a great
awesome. Well, thank you for
suggestion.
sharing.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and with that, I guess we'll wrap up. So thank you very much to DentonRadio.com for their assistance in this
And for
production.
their diffusing of what I think might be
The
thieves
essential
oil. Like
oils.
there's some awesome essential oils happening in this room, and I've been delighted the whole time. So
It's my cologne.
Yeah,
thank you, Jake, for that too.
indeed.
Yeah.
And for more information, you can check us out at denton-chamber.org, and you can find us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter,
And download.
LinkedIn.
You can download us on the App Store, right?
You can. You can find us on.
Or you can tell Alexa to play us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
pretty
we're
cool.
on.
Options are virtually limitless.
They are.
Limitless.
There's like 6 or 7
So
different
many
services
options.
you can find
Go
us
do
on.
it today.
Alrighty. So you can tune in next time,
Yep, next
Wednesday, 10-ish.
10-ish.
See you then.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. We want to thank our partners and sponsors who made this show possible. And now stick around for a word from all of us here at Discover Denton. Do you love live music? If so, make Denton, Texas your next vacation. Find more information at discoverdenton.com.